My former spouse had an affair with my favored sibling and had his child. Now, my relatives, who have always despised me, are pleading for financial help following my recent advancement. I, a 29-year-old man, ended my marriage to my wife, aged 27 and female, about 2 months back. She had been unfaithful with my distant brother, 27 and male, for some time, and 4 months prior I discovered the truth when she revealed her pregnancy. At first she attempted to persuade me the child was ours, but my brother's regular appearances raised doubts, leading me to examine her messages. I challenged her on the content I uncovered, and she ultimately admitted to the infidelity with my brother, as she had no alternative left. My kin and I had ceased communication since I departed home at 18. They had consistently viewed me as an outcast within our household, with my brother as the preferred one. I found it odd that the celebration intended for me began without my presence, but upon seeing the dessert, I became furious. I eventually addressed my parents, questioning why they hadn't organized an event for my genuine accomplishment, and they explained that after my admission notice, they avoided making my brother feel excluded, so they held one for him. Rather than reacting dramatically, I ought to support my brother too. That devastated me, and on that occasion I resolved to never return to them. I adhered to that choice. I funded my education via loans and employment, then shared a small unit with a companion post-graduation. I avoided contact with my parents after relocating for studies, and they made no efforts to reach me either. Years have gone by, and last year my brother contacted me digitally to inquire if I'd like to rebuild ties with him and our parents, as they appeared to long for me. Much had transpired since my exit, such as my marriage to my former wife 2 years earlier. I was enjoying a stable existence, but I hadn't fully recovered from the parental incidents, so I consented to a meeting. It felt uneasy and awkward at the start, but they were attempting to amend past wrongs, so I felt compelled to reciprocate. Thus, I welcomed them to my residence, which proved to be my initial error by presenting my brother to my ex. They connected, began a relationship, and she conceived. I was overjoyed upon learning of her pregnancy, assuming naturally that the baby belonged to me. However, as noted before, my brother increased his visits after the news, and though it didn't initially concern me, it grew suspicious when he'd caress my wife's expectant belly and whisper to it. My ex dismissed it as insignificant, but I couldn't dismiss the growing doubt that my brother was more involved than admitted. Halfway through the pregnancy, I chose to inspect her device while she slept, confirming my worst fears. The exchanges between my ex and brother verified it was his offspring, and they'd been involved for a period. I can tell what happened in the short video, full video on my channel link in below.